Is my red light blinking?
It is.
All systems go.
Oh.
This is John Soder from The Plain Dealer. We're here with American Idol runner-up Adam. Welcome to Cleveland.
Hey, thanks for having me. Have
you been here before?
Never. First time.
But you haven't gotten to see the Rock Hall or anything?
No, we'll be probably in this arena all day, and we're leaving at midnight. So unfortunately, the tour being what it is, we can't really see a lot of the cities we go to.
A day in the life of Adam on the road. So today, before talking to the press, what happened?
Well, we left Pittsburgh this morning at about 11 o'clock, and I slept for a couple hours on the bus. I rolled out of bed about an hour ago and kind of fixed my hair and came here and came to talk to you.
Tomorrow's a day off?
Yep.
What will you do for fun on a day off?
You know, fun is a subjective word. I think at this point, fun for me is just resting, because I've been working really hard, we all have, and the days off are usually I just try to kind of chill out, relax.
How do you do that? Are you a reader? You like to watch?
Sometimes I read. I have a book I'm reading. And
what are you reading?
I'm reading this book called Feel. It's actually an autobiography of Robbie Williams, who's a UK pop star. It's just really interesting because it kind of delves not only into like his experience, but it talks about just the pitfalls and the paradoxes rather of fame, pop fame, and what that does to somebody and what it's like. It's a very interesting book.
Well, I'm sure this is exactly kind of what's on your mind right now. And there's no like post-idol counseling service, is there?
No, there isn't.
So you got to get the advice where you can find it.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a wild ride, and there's a learning curve. You know, it takes a minute to get used to everything changing so quickly.
Besides the Robbie Williams book, where else are you kind of turning for those pointers of like, what do I do? How do I handle this? Where do I take this?
You know, I talk a lot. I talk to friends a lot who have been my friends for years. Who are, you know, they're like, we're here for you. We got you. You know. And that's the thing. I'm not like freaking out. I'm just like, whoa, this is overwhelming. It's all good. It's all positive. I also have some friends that have been in the entertainment industry for a while, or people that I've met recently that have experienced some notoriety, and they've been helpful and given advice here and there.
Would we recognize any of their names?
Yeah, someone that I was just texting with the other day on my phone is Katy Perry. We were just chatting the other day about, you know, how crazy it gets, and she's like, yeah, it's nuts. Right. It's nuts, because her rise to notoriety was pretty quick too. So, you know.
I know you like looking at life in a funhouse mirror.
It is
right now. To go back to the final itself, have you made your peace with America's decision?
I made my peace with America's decision as it was happening. I was like, okay, that's what we got? All right, cool. I mean, my whole thing with Idol was, I was never on the show or motivated to do well on the show to win a title at the end of it. It was never really about that for me. I was trying to look at the big picture. The reason why I auditioned in the first place is that I wanted more opportunities and I wanted some exposure. And I got those two things. And I kind of kept saying, okay, at first I just want to break the top 10 so that I can go on tour and so I can get on TV. And that happened. And then as I stayed in the competition, I said, okay, well, I just want to secure myself a recording career now. I want to be able to make a record eventually. I want to be able to have some more career opportunities and stay on the show as long as possible to get the maximum amount of exposure. And I stayed on to the very end. So I got what I wanted out of it. My goals were met. And I'm making a CD right now that's going to be out in November. And everything's going really well. So I don't feel like winner, runner-up, it really matters for me personally.
You mentioned the CD, Adam. How far along are you?
We've got a good, it's definitely, as far as gathering material, we're more than halfway done. We have to record a lot of it still. We're like kind of in the creative process right now, but we have a handful of really strong songs. I've been paired up with a handful of amazing A-list producers that have amazing hits under their belts. Which is such an honor and exciting to be in the studio with people like that.
Can you drop a few names?
Yeah. Red One is a good example. He's responsible for Lady Gaga's success, in my opinion. Did a lot of her big hits. Ryan Tedder, who's the frontman for One Republic, who has written songs for Beyonce, Kelly Clarkson. He's amazing. He's unbelievable. I worked recently with Max Martin, He's, huge hit maker. I mean, he's written huge hits for Kelly, for Pink, for a lot of different people. Who else have I? Sam Sparrow's another producer I did a song with. He had that song out called Black and Gold. Last year. It was a really strong, like, electronic hit. He's an artist, but we worked together and wrote something. Who else? There's a guy named Greg Wells, who's a producer that worked on Mika's first album. He produced that. Yeah. And he also did, he kind of helped engineer One Republic's first album. He's worked with Katy Perry a lot.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I mean, the list goes. Oh, and Linda Perry is another good person that I started working with. She's responsible for Christina Aguilera and Pink's, some of their big hits.
In terms of the overall sound, which direction are you headed?
It's really hard to put a label on it because I feel like people are expecting me to adopt a genre, like a specific genre, and I don't really feel like that's necessary. I mean, I kind of think, like, I love rock music, I love pop music, I love electronica music. Why not just kind of put them all together? So that's what we're doing. We're kind of fusing it all together. I mean, that's the definition of pop, really, in my definition. I mean, I think that I'm going to have a lot of guitars on there, a lot of beats, a lot of synths. The through line will be me at the center of it as the artist, as the singer. And I'll definitely be singing certain songs with more of a rock sensibility. Some of the choruses and hooks are very rock anthem. But then there's, it's going to be a little everything, I think. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see how people perceive it.
Just a few last questions. You must dish a bit on this 2012 song.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's it like?
I can't talk about it.
You must. You must.
No, it's a surprise.
This is the rock and roll capital of the world.
It's a surprise.
But you have done a song for the film 2012.
Yes, that was leaked out. It's been talked about. Yeah.
Looks like I saw the trailer. Looks like a wonderful.
It's a wild
film.
movie, doesn't it? I know. I saw the trailer too, and I was like, yes.
All right.
And then when they came to me and asked me to do a song, I was like, yeah, heck yeah.
So Brian May is talking it up all over the internet.
Yep.
Where do things stand with Adam and Queen?
That was like a media rumor, like a game of telephone. Basically, he and Roger Taylor both expressed an interest in collaborating possibly in the future, and that's really is all they said. It was never like, we want Adam to be lead singer of Queen. That was never said. That's what the press kind of turned it into. So, we've chatted a couple times via our managers, and there's, hopefully someday we'll get a chance to perform together. It was awesome performing with them on the finale. It was a huge honor. I'm a giant Queen fan, like one of my favorite bands. So I'm really excited to see if we can do something in the future. And right now I'm just trying to work on my album and put out some original music.
We can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I'm excited.